Hey, and welcome to this presentation of our database project. We spent the last few months working hard on developing an application that serves as common ground for airlines and the ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization, to manage airports and everything that goes with it, as well as for airlines, flights, bookings, their employees, passengers, of course. And we did that using PostgreSQL, open source database management system, and the Python Django web framework. In this video, we will present to you this application, of course, and all its functionalities after we showed you the database and its structure in a good overview to be able to understand everything. And well, I hope you enjoy this video. Have fun.
The database consists of two main parts. One part is for the ICAO, which can manage airports. And this part consists of the airport entity itself, as well as the weak entity, runway. One airport can have multiple runways, and a runway will be uniquely identifiable by its name in combination with the ICAO code of the corresponding airport. The ICAO code is the primary key of an airport and is unique. On the airline side, we have the employee entity, which are flight attendants, captains, and first officers, for example. And one special attribute is the spouse attribute, which means that employees can be married to other employees, which is a one-to-one relationship. This is to, for example, prevent married employees from flying together to keep private conversations outside the cockpit. One employee can be assigned to multiple flights, and multiple flights can be assigned to one employee. So we have a many-to-many relationship here, which is another relation in the final database. Those two entities also represent the interface to the ICAO side of the application, as flights can depart from and arrive at airports, and employees are based on airports. Every flight is operated by some aircraft, which is self-explanatory. And then we also have the passenger attribute, where one passenger can book multiple flights through the weak entity type of booking. And one booking is uniquely identifiable by its flight number in combination with the passenger ID. A special attribute is the cancelled attribute, which corresponds to the cancelled attribute of a flight. So we want to also cancel all the bookings if we cancel the corresponding flight. To implement that, we use the stored procedure, where you can find more information about in the docs.
So here we now see the homepage of our application. As mentioned at the beginning, it's separated into two main components: the side for the ICAO, for the management of airports, here with the big airport button, and then the side for the management of airlines, so flights, crew, bookings, and so on under airline. Let's first take a look into the ICAO side of things. So here we have the airport view supporting CRUD operations. That means, of course, we can create a new airport, clicking on Add Airport. For example, EDLL. This is London Heathrow. We can then add this airport and see it here in our overview. Hence, read, we can actually see the list of airports, and we can also change them or update them. Clicking on this button, and let's just change it to a London airport because for now we only have one airport. And then, of course, we can also delete our entries here, clicking simply on the delete button, and we have to confirm, and now it's gone. So that was the airport view. Now each airport also has runways for the planes to land. Here we just see a quick overview of what that will look like. So for example, for Munich, we have the one runway only, which is 3,000 meters long and 90 degrees, and it's the left runway that is registered here. For each airport, we also have an overview. We can simply click on it and then see the number of employees based in that airport. which is, if you remember correctly, our materialized view from earlier, as well as the number of runways or the available runways for that airport, which you can see here, and then also the normal or simple view, which is the average delay, number of flights, and number of passengers from that airport. Let's now take a closer look into the application for airlines. Here we have multiple tabs we can look into. Let's first maybe start with our aircrafts. So here we have the aircrafts tab. There we see an overview over several aircrafts with registration, type series, passenger capacity, action. We can of course here also edit those. Let's say one seat broke, now it's only 229. We save that and see the updated result here. Then of course we have our crew, which, well, for example, I'm a captain. I was appointed last week, and I'm based in David Airport. So here we also see the relations to other tables, or in this case to an airport. We can also edit that and, for example, now say I moved and I'm based now in Frankfurt. Also, we have our passengers table with our passengers, their status, and certain notes with their preferences and so on. Here, of course, we can also do CRUD operations and delete passengers just like that. Now, in the flight table, we see, well, flights that were booked with their departure time and airport, and their arrival time and the destination airport, as well as a possible delay, the aircraft it was carried with. This is a view that takes information from multiple relations in the database. Here we have the bookings table, in which we can see the information for the bookings for each passengers. In the assignment table, we see similar information. In the R diagram, this is a many-to-many relationship between employees and flights. In Django, we can't use composite primary keys, which is why in this case we use a surrogate key for this relationship.
That was the introductory video about our game-changing flight information system, FlightX.
Please also note our bonus content, such as the crow's foot ER diagram and the second week entity. Thank you for listening, and see you next semester. Okay, so. Hier sehen wir jetzt die Homepage unserer Applikation, die am Anfang okay, so for add one, clicking on those buttons, then
Other and is powered by the powerful most important